And because you have a winner taste, 88.5 FM is your only station.
My fellow Liberians, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you tonight with a grateful heart, but with the utmost respect for the democratic process that
Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
He found one particular star. After he found one particular star, where he and the guy were discussing, the guy said, "You have rather insult my mother." Look at it, the guy said, "But then the way you're talking in that, Corey, man, need to make a Sunday from Grand Bazaar Sunday. Really, if I'm man, a police, that can be out of the fight, me, I can't okay. Anywhere they want to take it, and take it. Because I have my feeling, to tell the way I'm man, somebody, I didn't want to kill him or be. Look at it, talking in now. The car went across there, standing. True standing now, the man went to the car. Since I feed there, the car went part of the passo, the car went part of the passo. That the man running there for him, he started choking the car. Oh, the car for he put up behind the car. That's all. That would run there. You were running out before police people there, they come there, they arrest him. All they want, the policeman spray. At least when a policeman land them apple, at least when a policeman barrier inside the toilet.
The police may burn up on the case. The police did not do well. Send the noise police are being on our ground. That money, if I were the police director and the fire outbreak, I will barricade the entire place. Even cold water seller inside, I will arrest them. And march everybody to the police station, police headquarters, and confront every single person that, including the police that are there, the private security that are there, the workers are there, and everybody. They are launched such in the entire building. In every representative offices are launched such.
I can recall vividly, I supported the CDC in 2017. When it came to the Justice Cabinet Janet removal, the evidence is there that we stood against it and we said it was the wrong thing. How did it end? The ECOWAS code was able to affirm our decision or our position at the time. People may have thought that we're against the CDC or whatever. No. Journalists, before we could become journalists today, we are citizens, ordinary citizens ourselves. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country.
Joseph Walker is setting bad precedents in this country, saying he's very figure-headed, nothing in his brain. We will put something in his brain. We can show the Liberian people that there will be no resignation of the speaker. The speaker remains the speaker. They said they decided to withdraw the security from the speaker. But because of the tension, they started to negotiate. Can we get some people? If they're only the security behind the speaker that can solve the problem in the country, they take all the security. What are you people waiting for? What are you people waiting for? That's been very irresponsible. And the Supreme Court will have to interpret and make clear a ruling. And we believe in the Supreme Court of this country. The process has started. The Justice Minister, that irresponsible Justice Minister, that Joseph Baker has said he will make him Chief Justice. That is why he's proceeding the way he's proceeding.
We are not disturbing the speaker because we understand again. We are not doing this. They decided to use the Unity Party lawmakers within the legislature to bring us on the speaker, believing or accusing the speaker to now work in their interest, to not do this. And now they decide to spin it politically to make it to a PLA. CDC lawmakers want to remove Onati, which is not true. That is not true. So the politics here now is to press a trigger that will bring pressure in the legislature on the speaker, and then you start to find noise and other things in the legislature. But we will not make noise in the legislature.
There is a conscious effort to ignore Supreme Court and defy the Supreme Court ruling. The disappointing part is we see members of the executive and we see the police brutalizing lawmakers, which is an indication that the so-called absentee lawmakers are getting aid and comfort from the executive branch in this treasonous plot. It is very unfortunate. It is not the right thing for our democracy. We call on all sides to step back, obey the rule of law, obey the precepts of the Supreme Court, who is the neutral arbiter. Now,
the colony of Liberia was established since the early. No, they will not get away with it. There's one murder, they will not get away with it. There's one murder, they will not get away with it. They who not interested in continuing this investigation, we are. They will not get away with it. Let them do whatever they want to do. So we want to make sure that the documentation of this particular incident is properly made.
1 year period is all about saying words, no actions. We have a 285 yellow machine. Where is it?
Why all of those things are happening, all those failures in 1 year or under 1 year?
Because the cooks are plenty in the kitchen and they all want to make sure that the soup is sweet to their own taste.
That His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent. His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. he has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honour, peace, and the defence of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
It's the first working day of the week. It's Monday, the 23rd day of December 2024, a day in between. Then it is the day of the celebration of the Lord Jesus Christ. It is called festive season all over the world. Not a holiday by men's paper, but holiday by God's divine or divinity. So we are in it, man. Thank you so very kindly that you join us this afternoon for the show Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews. We got the issues to talk about in this mystery culture called Liberia, very typical. And I can see how excited I am to have all of you on. And I see the others are coming on. That's very good. Let's have a wonderful time together. And good. Good afternoon, wherever you are. We thank God Almighty who kept watch over us last night and has set us into this day. So, not only magnify by acknowledging Him in His sovereignty and exalting His holy name, but the responsibility to make society better. We are all stakeholders, irrespective of where we find ourselves, and we owe it to God. We are in the festive season. Everyone is excited. Everyone can wait for the day. As much as we are filled with excitement to commemorate that turning point, there is the responsibility within that turning point. That responsibility aids, just as He came to earth with a purpose to get society and people better empowered, and At the close of the day, it will be all about how did you keep society peaceful? What did you tell the rulers, the leaders, the kings, the priests, the aristocrats, the bourgeois, the Nebuchadnezzars, the Daniels? What did you tell them? How did you speak to the ills of society? Did you tell the people of Liberia, the government of Liberia, of their wrongs and excesses? Many of us do not know that all of these things, God take them into consideration. What will not happen, just so you know, is we all will not give account on the basis of position, but we all will give account. Did you say the truth when you were behind the microphone on Kings 88.5? Did you lead the people right as president of Liberia while you reign in your presidency as Joseph Yemabwaka? Did you do what is right as pro tem of the Liberian Senate? All of these will come. When you hear us talking like this, and thank God Almighty, we are Christians, we follow the way and we get into the model of leadership called the Bible, and we see how God instructed people the same way we are in our society to speak out for society to get better. We owe it to God first, our conscience, and society. On top of it all, God is our protector. No one likes the truth. Almost everybody loves lies. When you can lie to people, when you can deceive them, they tend to see you as a good person. But when you are telling the truth, they develop hate, malice, grudge for you. On the other side is deception, because the few dollars are flowing. So if Mr. President is doing the wrong thing, they interpret it to be the right. On the other side, when we tell him Mr. President, when we help him Mr. President, they gang up against us. They call us all kinds of names. They characterize us. They vilify. But we aren't deterred. That's what comes with public service and truth-telling. So we will continue to tell the truth. First, with the fear of God. Second, that our society get better. Thank you. Let's get started. But we can't get started without giving you money. Let's pay you. Let's pay you for listening. Let's pay you for watching. We are giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars today. All you have to do is to play the King's jackpot, the 3 wise men. We're giving out 10,000. We've got a day to the Christmas. Some have not purchased. Some of you have not purchased anything yet for your children. Some of you homes are dry. You're thinking how to make it before the day. Some of you, your children are still crying, looking up to you with high expectation or in high expectation. We can understand that. We know how society is. Our society is typical, a mystery one. So we thought to be of help to you to give you 10,000 Liberian dollars. We aren't in the position to give you 10,000 United States dollars, 20,000. The guys on Capitol Hill, the men and women on Capitol Hill, the boys and girls on Capitol Hill, the tiny boys and girls on Capitol Hill, the majority bloc that has have all of the money, they can give you 10,000. They got the 10,000. They can give you 1,000 or 1,005, but they can never ever do it. So they leave you as peasants, as downtrodden. So we thought to alleviate, to take you out of poverty by giving you 10,000. And this is how you get the 10,000. It is yours, but it's also your responsibility to take. I told you people, if you are a Christian, look at the Bible. God said testimony, but testimony doesn't work to you. He creates, he sets the stage, and you go and take it. That's how it is. So 10,000 is a testimony. All you have to do is to take the 10,000 this way. Play the Three Wise Men jackpot. Dial star 799 star hatch star 100 hatch. Did you get it? Let me say it again. Dial star 799 star 100 hatch and just put in 200 Liberian dollars. 200 Liberian dollars. No more, no less. Or $1.50. That's all you've got to do. And you will have your 10,000. As many times you play, you will get up to 50,000. As many times as you play, there is every certainty you will get 30, 40. Just play. As long as you play, you will win. So let's start playing. Let's start playing. Before we can reach the halfway mark, start giving your money. All right. Let's see those of you who have come on. Mambo Rogers from Claratown. Mansura Kobiab, Claratown, block 900 or 9,000. Otto, Bernardsville. Clarence Dwyer, Simcoe, Fatu Conan from Magibi County. I know when I was preparing for the show, it just clicked to my mind. I say almost everybody will be telling you compliment on the season, or all this stuff. Yes, I know. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Oh, we say in Labro, traditional, they say, thank you there. Fatu. Okay, Fatu. And Manjabe's son Kamaran from Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates. Ansu Coleman from the Economic Freedom Fighters of Liberia. Your leader, Emmanuel Gwankwe, did a very fine piece. I saw that this morning, read, analyzed, and digested it. It's all about motivation going into next year and embracing one another, presently rating ourselves from everything and reaching out to the next person and say, we are Buddhists, we are brothers, we are sisters, we are Liberians. That was a very fine one. David Williams from Colorado, the United States. Sophie Blamo, Agnes Molba Gade, District 12, Chicken Soup Factory, Community Gulf, Lucia Dorcas Hicks. My dear Southeastern sister, Dwight, yes, I got the information that you've not been faring well over the past days, but thank God Almighty, you are gradually recovering. Yes. No one is immune from illness, accident, death, all of those things. But God provides provisions by which we can recover from them. I know that you are recovering gradually. Thank you for coming on. My dear Southeastern sister, Dwight Tay from Minnesota, the United States. Victor V. Gassinin from the Port of Buchanan, Grand Bassa County. Man, they compliment all the season. Your shoe. Yeah, they didn't say it can be embarrassing everywhere. Oh, Happy New Year. It come in. They say Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Compliment. Oh, yes. All that one I just tired with all those things. Everything in Liberia happy. Everything happy. So what? Kosia from New Georgia, your comfort zone, you said. Okay, yeah. Merry Christmas. Okay. All of you. Amagashi, from Amagashi community, Hamed Soare, Yassa Sharif, and who else? The names are just flowing. Sorry, I can run through all. Time is of the essence. We've got a couple of things to talk about, and then we out. Before I get back to the cash giveaway to give you your 10,000, I should see up to 500 or more persons who have already played so that we give you your money. It is not ours to keep, it is yours to receive. So you want to play and play to receive it, not for us to keep. All right, let's get started. And this is where we start.
Over there, he found one particular star. After he found one particular star, when he and the guy were discussing, the guy said, "You have rather insult my mother." Look at the one, the guy said, "But then the way you're talking, I'm going. Man, need to make a Sunday. I'm from Grand Bazaar County. Really, if I'm man, a police, that can be out of the family. I can't okay. Anywhere they want to take it, and take it because I have my feeling. To tell the way I'm man, somebody I didn't want to kill him or be. Look at the one talking in now. The car went across there, standing. True standing now, the man went to the car. Since I feed there, the car went part of the passo, the car went part of the passo. Now the man running there from him, he started choking the car. All over the car for that, he put up behind the car. That's all. That would run there. You were running out before police people there, they come there, they arrest him. All they want, the policemen spray. At least one policeman land them apple. At least one policeman, but where he's on the way now. What happened? What I see with my living arm. Where they stay hurting me. My promise is not gonna stay talking. It hurting me. It hurting my feeling for that girl talent. Upon call, it made a Sunday from Grand Bazaar County. Policemen coming from me, we're talking. Every man coming, we're talking. Upon call.
Every day we wake up, we do not know what lies ahead of us. Only God knows. Moreover, we lived amongst and within ourselves hearts that cannot be, that can also difficult to discern. Only God knows. And the heart is desperately wicked when it devises wickedness. That lady did not know that would have been her end. But the man had a devilish plan. It all centered on love. So boyfriend allegedly murdered girlfriend on the basis of jealousy. That's what we learn, that they had been in commotion on and off. I think at one point they parted, but it seems that they didn't seal, the departure wasn't sealed. And I think they were still communicating according to the bits, the pieces of information that came in. And it moved to that level that this time around, he resolved to do that. Now, listen, you have to be very careful. There are times that people do things. After the act, they begin to regret and say, if I had known. In laboratory, you can say, if I were know. But the expression is, if I had known. That means, had I thought right, had I just exercised patience and restrained myself, I would have known getting into such or attempting to do such will lead me into a situation that will be beyond my control. People find themselves in jail, in hospital, different places because of emotion or anger. Nothing happened there that led him to do what he did, but anger, irrational anger. That wasn't irrational anger. That was irrational anger. But it was premeditated. Given what Timothy Sunday explained, because it appears he was on the scene, or they were on the scene, and it looks like this thing happened in the night. Because he narrated from the beginning. So it looks like they were standing or sitting somewhere and watching the conversation or listening to them, and overheard most part of the conversation, given what he explained.
Prayer, the poor over there, he found one bottle of salt and star. After he found one bottle of star, when he and the guy were discussing, the guy said, "You have rather insult my mother." Look at the one, the guy said, "But then the way you're talking about that, going, man, to make a Sunday, I'm from Grand Bazaar County. Really, if that man, the police, that can be out of the fight, me, I can't okay. Anywhere they want to take it, and take it. Because I have my feeling, to tell the way that man, somebody, I didn't want to kill him or be. Look at the one talking in now. The car went across there, standing. True standing now, the man went to the car. She's a feeder there. The car went part of the passo. The car went part of the passo. That the man running there from him. He started juking the car. Oh, the car for he put up behind the car. That's all. That would run there. You were running out before police people there. They come there, they arrest him. All they want, the policeman spray. At least when a policeman land them apple. At least when a policeman barrier inside the toilet now. What happened? What I see with my living arm. Where they stay hurting me. My partner said, "I can stay talking." It hurting me. It hurting my feeling for that girl talent. Upon call, it made Sunday from Grand Bazaar County. Policeman coming from me, we're talking. Every man coming, we're talking. Upon call.
So it happened in the night. That means this boyfriend, whom I am told is a married man with 2 children. The incident happened in the night. So it seems he must have organized it, planned what to do to this lady, and the time to do it, and the place to do it. But it looks like it did not go according to plan, because somebody or people witnessed the event, and one of them is Timothy Sunday. The information said they broke up, and this guy had always wanted the relationship back. all of your sending compliments, the Christmas, you're send my own, huh? So instead of sending one, you should be asking. Say, "Oh, Sam, where your mobile money number?" At least what they were talking. The only thing we can get from here, yeah, we can enjoy you on the radio. Yeah, we can enjoy you. The other woman saw me today. She said, "Oh, you didn't say Andrew?" Yeah, man. She said, "Where AB, man? I want to see AB." Yeah, she like pocket toggle in the net. She said, we can just put our radio on. We just be listening to AB. She said, "Hey, man, I really want to see AB." That all can get radio beyond that nothing. Oh, okay. Somebody just sent me the message. They said Bill is a pastor. Oh, it's just coming. They call him Bill Jara, I think. Yeah. So see that he allegedly murdered the girl. It was organized. He planned it. I don't know whether that information is true, but I heard that he is a married man. And I'm just told that he is a pastor. I can take that as absolute fact, because there are skirmishes of information coming in. It's very likely in every setting, when something happens, you have plethora of versions. Everybody will be adding their piece to it. But You can outrightly deny all of those because people know people. Once the person is identified, you have information coming up. We'll say, Sam Andrews. Okay, he works with Kings FM, and just like that. You know, it's easy for people to identify once the identity comes out. So I can say all of these pieces of information coming in, they are not true. But I've just been told that he is a pastor. Another information said he is a married man with 2 children. And he engaged into such infidelity. But the murdering is the wrong part. As much as it is his right to approach, and it is the right of the lady to either agree or disagree, it doesn't give anybody the right to injure another person, to inflict pain, harm on another person. As much as you find life enjoyable, and you ought to think it ought to be preserved for enjoyment, it is the same with the next person. It was wrong, and I am told the leadership has taken siege of the matter, and they are investigating. The guy, Timothy said that a police officer sprayed him. When I heard that, I was wondering. They saw this man allegedly murdering, stabbing this lady to death. Another information has come in, said he was excommunicated from LDS Church. I don't know. LDS is just the initial. Please give me the full name. LDS is the initial. Yes, somebody just sent a text saying he was excommunicated from LDS Church. Excommunicate means to take you off, to cut everything communication from that church. Let's continue playing the King's Cash giveaway. The 3 wise men jackpot. We're giving out 10,000. Just dial *799 *100#. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and you have your 10,000 Liberian dollars. Just a day to the Christmas, and beyond the Christmas, you will still need money. There is New Year, another festive celebration. So if you play as many times as you can, you're going to win 30,000 or 40,000. You can never tell. Just play wherever you are, whatever you're doing, continue to play. So please send me. Somebody said, well, he was Latter-day Saints. Okay. Another information has come and say he was excommunicated from Latter-day Saints. Okay. All of these are coming on. I told you, once the identity goes public, people will bring out information. Whatever, community pastor, married man with 2 children, excommunicated, those are all information, public information. But here is it. Listen. It is not an indictment on the lady and by extension other women, but you want to be very careful in life. I know that people do these things for reasons they find necessary, natural. Some the condition. People give into relationships on different reasons. So I can put a spin on everything that this is wrong, this is right. But you just need to be very careful. I know that you see a person, you like the person, and the person makes a proposal to you, and you think that you ought to accept. And even if you accept, things start to go on fine. But along the way, then it turns into something different. You want to be careful how you take on such venture or you enter into such. No one knows the future. There is this thing, because people are saying that the guy is a jealous guy. Listen, let me unpack this word and the misapplication of it, jealousy. I have heard many people use that, many ladies and men, they use that to convince the people if something happens. You hear them say, oh, me are jealous, or you hear people from the outside, oh, that guy is a jealous guy, or that lady is a jealous lady. And sometimes you hear the lady say, meanwhile, in relationship, me, I'm a jealous person. I don't like to share my man with anybody. That word dominate. Jealousy, jealousy, jealousy. But do we actually understand what jealousy is? What we use or people use as justification is not jealousy. It's not jealousy at all. The word is what the Englishmen call asimora, or a misnomer. That means you're using a word in the wrong place or the wrong way, and you think it is the right. Jealousy is part of every human being. It is a divine imputation. And it is not for destructive act. Jealousy simply means to cherish, to love, to protect, to guide, to develop, to supervise, and on and on. The very God who created us, he said it. And he said it in the position that he gives us a charter course that we will appreciate going forward. What people use today is destructive. Jealousy is not destructive. How can a person claims to be jealous and then cause destruction? And you use that as justification and expect people to reason with you and think that you are making sense. The word jealousy, the etymology of the word or the history of the word, it simply means to protect, to cherish, to guide, to lead, to protect, to build a defensive wall around, to develop, to give a new future, to charter a new course, to keep such image in mind protectively. That's what it is. So if you're jealous of a person, you're not going to beat on them. You're jealous of a woman, you're not going to beat on her. You're jealous of a man, you're not going to abuse him in the midst of his friends. You're not going to, what as we say in Liberia, color him and say, let go home. You're not going to do all of those things. No. Those are destructive acts. And everybody majority of the people who engage in that jealousy trend have never ever kept any relationship. They lost out on all those relationships. Because you know what? No man, no woman will give into that all of the time. Some people say, oh, the man, that you're jealous. And so that's the jealousy now. Jealousy led him to commit murder, allegedly. And where he finds himself? In jail. Now he allegedly murdered a whole family daughter. And you know what has done now? That family now and his family, they are at loggerhead. Because you can use that as justification, or that people will feel sorry. Oh yeah, or jealousy does not go with weapon. Going with weapon means that you're in a warfare and you're going to exterminate or eliminate the next person. And it is done on purpose. It is not by accident, it is done on purpose. You keep sending in the pieces of information. The other person said both of them were excommunicated from the church when they were accused of casing in the church office. All right, all of these things, but that is not the issue. Those are not the quintessential of why he should murder. No convincing reason. And I don't think that he has told the investigators a convincing reason why he did that. Even if his reason is convincing under the law, it's wrong to murder. And that murder was premeditated because, according to Timothy, which we can accept as 100% true, but let's take it from the surface, because the girl is not alive. Wounds, gadgets all over her, both the stomach and the back. So it leaves us to believe, Timothy, even though the authoritative source of any information that you want to rely on is the law, but you can pick up these bits and pieces because you have people on the scene, though it happened in the night. But Timothy is one of several persons who was on the scene. You ladies and men just have to be careful. You will find it easier today. Tomorrow, it may not be. You want to be very careful. When it is not feasible, in your opinion, for that relationship, don't venture. Don't get involved. And when you get involved, when you realize that certain things are not right, you get out as quickly as possible. You run out. Sometimes delay can cause something else. I do not know the entire scenario with their relationship, but I'm just imagining how too many men and women got victimized over the time. You get out. You don't give yourself time to think about. There are certain signs that you see God is telling you to get out, to run. Because as long as you stay there, you cannot fight. You cannot win that war if it's a warfare. You get out to save your life. It is not normal. The man took knife. Why, sorry, please. So you can say, oh, Semaju, you saw it before. He said, but let's assume. Or let's say lethal weapon or weapon. When the police come up with the preliminary findings, will use their voice. But please accept the raw version for now. Because the guy is no more. It wasn't slap. It wasn't a pooch. Timothy said they saw the guy juking the girl in the stomach, in the back, in the neck.
Right, the poor over there, he found one particular salt star. After he found one particular star, when he and the guy were discussing, the guy said, you have rather insult my mother. Look at the one, the guy said, but then the way he's talking, I'm going. Man, need to make a Sunday, I'm from Grand Bazaar County. Really, if that man, a police, that can be out of the fight, me, I can't okay. Anywhere they want to take it, and I take it. Because I have my feeling, to tell the way that man, somebody, I didn't want to kill him be. Look at them talking in now. The car went across there, standing. True standing now, the man went to the car. Since I feed there, the car went part of the parcel. The car went part of the parcel. Now the man running there from him. He started choking the car. Oh, the car for them. He put up here the car. That's all. That would run there. You were running out before police people there. They come there, they arrest him. All they want, the policemen spray. At least when a policeman land them apple. At least when a policeman barrier inside the toilet now. What happened? What I see with my living arm. Where they stay hurting me. My partner said, "As I stay talking, they hurting me. They hurting my feeling for that girl. For that girl, Charlie. Upon call. intimated Sonny from Grand Bazaar Kane. Police men coming from me, we're talking. Every man we're talking. Upon call.
I think the police has released a spray or tear gas to prevent the number of persons or people, I want to believe. I don't think they were protecting this man. I don't want to believe that the police know this man and they had moved in. I think when they got in, they soon realized if they can move in swiftly, something, either he was going to be murdered too by those people and everybody will escape. So to put the situation under control and get hold of him to prevent any gang murder, they opened tear gas so that those guys were dispersed and then they got hold of him. But the police are on it. We will keep you updated as the investigation. He's in police custody. But you be careful. Men, women, just be careful. It's all I can say. No one knows the heart. You will see the person today, things will go well. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, a week or two, a month, and something start happening. Just be careful. Just be on the alert. Listen, I have always said this. Treat everybody in situation with skepticism. It doesn't say you are not friendly. It doesn't say you are faithless. It doesn't say you are self-centered. It only means or puts you in a position that you will discern a potential evil or danger. Jesus, who came on the earth for all of us, he treated people in situations with skepticism. Be careful. Let's move to the next pointer. But before then, let's listen to Timothy again.
The poor over there, he found $1 star. After he found $1 star, when he and the guy were discussing, the guy said, "You have rather insult my mother." Look at it, the guy said, "But then the way you're talking about that, I'm going. Man, intimated Sunday, I'm from Grand Bazaar Kane. Really, if that man, the police, that can be out of the fight, me, I can't okay. Anywhere they want to take it, and take it. Because I have my feeling, to the way that man, somebody, I didn't want to kill him or be. Look at what talking in now. The car went across there, standing. True standing now, the man went to the car. She's a feeder there. The car went part of the passo. The car went part of the passo. Now the man running there for him. He started choking the car. Oh, the car for that. He put up behind the car. That's all. That would run there. You were running out before police people there. They come there, they arrest him. All they want, the policemen spray. At least when a policeman land them apple. At least when a policeman barrier inside the two lah. What happened? What I see with my living arm. Really, stay hurting me. My promise as I can stay talking. It hurting me. It hurting my feeling for that girl talent. Upon call, intimated Sonny from Grand Bazaar Kane. Policemen coming from me, we're talking. Every man we're talking. Upon call.
Let's read some of your comments on this. Moses then said he was excommunicated from LDS Church. Dubon Hill says Latter-day Saint. Gabriel West said all of these UP folks are evil, kill one another because she refused to be in relationship with you. Sad. Moses Dennis said both of them were excommunicated from the church when they were accused of kissing in the church office. All right. This is the next pointer, the next talking point. Then we take our first draw. Continue to play. Let's play the King's Cash giveaway. Take your 10,000 Liberian dollars and get your life going. Just play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. Dial *791#. 9 star 100 hatch. That's all. And then you have your 10,000. Today is the 23rd. Tomorrow is the 24th. And then after tomorrow, the 25th, Christmas. And then after the Christmas, New Year. So you need money for all these days. We're giving you 10,000. Please take your 10,000. The next pointer.
The president has granted compassionate. Like I said, this is an old country. We're hoping that they're interested in continue this investigation because we want to know who killed Charlotte. Oh no, they will not get away with it. No, they will not get away with it. There's one murder, they will not get away with it. There's one murder, they will not get away with it. They who not interested in continuing this investigation, we are. They will not get away with it. Let them do whatever they want to do. So we want to make sure that the documentation of this particular incident is properly made. The whole thing is a scam. The whole thing is a scam. So that they can get away with it. So the question of keys and all of that, so that they can just go scot-free and melt into the population. So we wrote, and we have not yet received up to Wednesday with all the hula baloo. We have not yet received a response from the Ministry of Justice. And so, no, we're not cutting it off. We're not cutting it off. Yeah. Because you don't want the truth. You don't want the truth. Yeah. So we have not been there. Since I left our house the night of February 22nd, I haven't slept in our house ever again. I have not. Yeah. So to want to go to say they're doing everything to just bring a state of confusion in evidence as they come up to prove, to continue to, I don't care what they do. Truth is so powerful. Nobody controls truth. Truth has a force of its own. When you least expect, truth stands up in front of you and you can do nothing about it.
The former Chief Justice of Liberia and staunch member of Unity Party, Home Joseph Yeman Boakai, without any regard for the law, influenced the justice system because he is the president with the final say, imperial president, released her. Today, they turn over the house to her. They turn the house over to Gloria Musu-Scott, where Shala Musu was murdered. So the president and the rest of the people, it makes no sense to them. The girl's murder, not their priority. That's the end of the investigation. Their concern and priority, Gloria Musu-Scott. He rewarded her with a position at the National Oil Company of Liberia, NOCAL. The government today turned over the house where the little girl was murdered. Interestingly, all of those people who were shouting and screaming and putting everything at George Weah and CDC government, they are muted today. Nothing Joseph Boakai is doing wrong is wrong in those people's eyes and minds. All of them are muted. Nobody talking about this. Shala Musu, we want to know. They were writing press releases. They were calling press conferences all over the place. They will engage into Facebook podcast or do Facebook podcast because it was Weah's time, and they indicted Weah and the government. Here we are today. No one is talking. The girl's death now is insignificant. In fact, it's a trash. Nobody get time for it again. The women groups, the feminist heroes all over this place that were screaming and shouting. You will not hear one person saying anything about what happened today. The turning over of the house. They say, Madam, everything that George Weah and CDC brought against you, that lie. That little girl, somebody just came in and did something to her. Take your house here, clean your house, go back. So the girl now, that's the end of the investigation. Bwaka came with no regard whatsoever. He released. That George Weah put you in jail, then you stay there. God forbid. That's what Bwaka said, and he did it. So any precedent will leave it as it is, will not influence the court to fast track the investigation and come out with some kind of makeshift ruling to get her out. In fact, look what they did. Nowhere in the world, the Chief Justice, former Chief Justice, convicted of murder. They carried the woman, they carried press people in the cell. The woman having a press conference, condemning, challenging, vilifying the government, the CDC government, knocking the decks that they will go after them. Where have you seen that thing? The minister of information, government officials were in it. And then you say this country will be reconciled? If far. Everybody live the way you're living. If you're depending on this government, listen, you can see the raw grudge and hate and malice, evil, diabolical intent the people have for CDC George Weah. They want to hear, when they hear that name CDC, just like they should take Neff and murder, just as that Bill Jalaman allegedly murdered Princess. And they are doing it to themselves. That is why everything they're doing wrong. So they turn over the woman's house. They say that little girl, her death mean nothing. But listen, God never sleeps. You can do it because you have the power. You can do whatever because you have the authority. But God watches over everybody. They turn her house over. Nobody, you will never hear anybody talking about Shala Musu's death. As far as they're concerned, it was a lie against Gloria Musu Scott. So that lady girl now, so her death not important because that lady girl. Moreover, she gone. So Unity Party say, let's focus on the living. That's what happened today. Have your say. Then we'll move to the next. But I hope that we are playing. We don't want to keep your money. Oh, you take your money. Your money. We're in season time. January coming. January can be hard. And I easy. Nothing happening. So take your 10,000. We're giving you 10,000, my people. Dial star 799 star 100. Hatch. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. That's all. And then you get your 10,000 Liberian dollars. Let's play as many times as we can. Once we can play as many times, there's every certainty, there's every surety that you will win the 10,000. It is yours. It's not for us to keep. It is yours to take. It is a testimony. So if you can take this testimony, Well, don't go in the church and you praying in futility. Father, in the name of Jesus, Lord, give my testimony. Lord, you know the problem I get. Heavenly Father, you know I get 2 children. It's not easy. Lord, give me more.
the ordinary people improve. So some of us who call and listen to King's FM, we take your criticism in good faith, and we want to encourage you guys to keep the work. The only thing we should do it respectfully, so that history will recall us. So Merry Christmas to you guys, the entire King's FM, to my man, what we are seeing, Gossens, and the various stuff. So thank you.
Thank you so much. That's all you got to say, Hussein?
Is
that all you got to say?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. We wish you the same. Hello? Hello? You are on the air. Hello?
Hello, sir. Are you?
Yes, good afternoon.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, my brother.
Yeah, thank you.
This is my CC. I'm calling from Cloud and feeling general on the line. And with my brother, we say happy New Year, happy Christmas. The government is good with you, it's well with you. But we are suffering. Tell your government, not easy for us. The people are suffering. Go tell your worker, listen.
Mazizi, you call to talk to Hussein just wish everybody a Merry Christmas and prosperous New Year.
Yeah. Merry Christmas too. Come on, some are picking them. I say, Andrew, I say, wishing Merry Christmas, but it's not good on the other side. We all suffering. For he enjoying that today, you right. What's the you want to run? Then he said, Bogan and the breakfast, he go to the community. He goes to the swamp community. The two are happening there. Talking about prosperous happy New Year, prosperous Christmas. Lord, say Andrew to your talking point, my brother. They still will see today in the country. When Bogan said they gave men just to abort, they are seeing the board now today. So see woman, when they retire green at day, any day, they retire the woman. So they will not somebody in the country, she was convicted and she went to jail, you free the woman and bring her back and say, can't retire with me, let you join retire money, you my friend. Come back to the girl to the bowl of oil bowl. That is the bad for me. People are one of people in the country.
Okay. They gave the woman her house back to Dale. The police left from there and say she can home. Thank you, my CC. Have a nice day. Okay. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
Okay, this is Gabriel Man calling from Broadville.
Let's hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry, I just got connected to your system. I wanted to talk about Mr. Bwaga's statement that he made when he went to Lofa in recent days.
Yeah, I haven't come to that yet. But since you are already on, let's hear you.
Okay, no, if you have to come to that, let me.
You're already on. I just say because I got other things to look at. I may not be exhaustive on that.
Okay, this young man or this old man went to Lofa and telling the people, his government official, that if he can steal, if you can do anything, you get any money, anything you do, once you want to use it in this country, no problem. So what confuses me or what bothers me is that one time I remember Maggie went to Bond County and he said, Maggie said that because people were accusing him of doing that. So he said, but even if you say I steal the money, and in the country I'm developing the money, it became a serious problem, which is one of the factors that led to the American people sanctioning McGill. But McGill then was not in government. But you and I know, everybody knows, when a president speaks or says something, it becomes a policy statement. Why can't he in his capacity as president is telling the world and Liberian people, telling his government officials that if anything you do, just do it. And just win as much as you can, keep the development in your country, no problem. And we still not seeing the writings on the walls.
Okay.
That this man has desecrated and continues to desecrate the laws of this country. You understand? It's frustrating.
Yeah, but you will expect that that should not be a news for you. Prior to that statement, there were a couple of them that he said, and it just went the way it went. That tells you that he isn't fully in charge. He's just being remote control. So
Okay.
That
So
it doesn't
then
have much of a substance. It's not unprecedented. It's the usual.
Okay, then I will expect that if that is so, if now for Waka, it is something that should happen. But for others, it should not. Knowing that everything Maggie must have said is not a statement, a policy statement to this country. But Waka, in his capacity as president, is seen as so. Maybe because he just said it, but we look up to the international community, especially America, so that Waka will tell us why he said so.
Okay.
Or else he must be sanctioned.
All
Because
right.
he does not fit to be our leader. Those kind of words, authority should not come from a leader.
Okay, sir. All right.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
too discouraging. This country is not his.
Thank.
This country is mine. This country is his. This country is ours.
All right. Thank you. Let's bring on another person. Hello.
Yeah, St. Andrew, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm calling from this 17. I'm DT away. I
Yeah.
strongly believe that this woman get in power to fight back, to fight innocent people. The reason is that the first thing is that the UP should understand that Liberia is not just only for Unity Party people. I'm so discouraged when I listen to Musu Scott, former Chief Justice, speaking and knocking the desk. I can tell you the people are prepared to fight back and they will go after past government officials. And let me just let them know, if you people will do that, the rest of the guys will not fold their hands. They will fight back too. If you people feel that you're in authority, you have arms and ammunition, and the police and the army on your side, so you can just allow on anybody to kill them, Broker, you are mistaken. If you want to get the country back to another war, listen to me, the Liberians are not fools. They didn't make you president to bring war back on us. They made you president so that you can stabilize the country and bring peace.
All right, sir.
So if you will continue to rule the country with hate and indifference, then you are carrying us back to war. And remember, the Liberians will not fold their hands. So Musu, all that you do, you're knocking the decks. You can't kill nobody yet. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for calling. Hello. Hello. You are on, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
This is the voice of Peter Sa, and I join you from Southern District 4.
Let's hear you, Peter.
And you see, the last time when the president said there will be no more business as usual, people thought it was a positive statement, the positive we were going for. The people were thinking about the negative side. Before then, when you are convicted for a crime like murder, people feel that you will serve your term. But for the Papa, he said there will be no business as usual. So people who are convicted for felony will be taken from the prison cell and be made a governmental official or government official instead of governmental position. If no business as usual, when the Supreme Court rule, it will not be respected. No business as usual, rule of law will not be respected. No business as usual. Before they are lawmakers are not flogged. We didn't know that lawmakers would be flogged before camera. Lawmakers are flogged before camera. No business as usual. A former vice president will be sick. The president will look after him, but when that former vice president died, the president will demand a protester be beating somebody, be killed, somebody be shot with live bullet, just so he can vote some book of condolence. Those are no business as usual. Killing will be a normal thing.
Okay.
Killing will be a normal thing. Those are no business as usual.
Thank you, sir.
This is a typical country, like you always say, a typical society. Thank you.
Have a nice day. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. And you?
I'm well, great. St. Andrews.
Yes, sir.
This is the right of Gibraltar, and I'm Johnny Hackman, and I call you from my Chrysopolic brother.
Let's hear you, Johnny.
Look, St. Andrews, it's appalling that you will have an old man come to the presidency with hate and deceit. I mean, can you imagine men who just come to just destroy everything? Look at the rule of law. The making there, a lady were indicted for murder, and you free that person. I mean, which country that happening? Someone that committed a state crime, you can't and free them. But other people committed the same murder, they are still in jail. So you see the kind of oppressed people they are. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can show them nobody going to go after any past government official. But nobody, the other people are going to steal the food ahead.
We are in a serious crisis, a war.
Really? We are in serious crisis, Mr. Andrews. Really, we are in a serious crisis. It is not like Liberia now. But can you imagine Christmas coming? You can see the semblance of Christmas. This is a first time, man. Later on, brother.
All right. Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. So, the president, I will talk about that. But let me just give you a hint. No dime, not a single dime. Not a single dime. Unity Party people, you're here. Listen well. You mess up everything. You think you people were smart. You think that politics is about proving a point to the opposition. When you focus so much on the opposition, you lose sight of your goal. You start to engage into undesirable acts that will have desirable effect on you negatively. A dime of that 500 million, you will not get. You sit down. We'll get to that. Let's play as many times. We're about to draw our first winner and give him or her the 10,000 Liberian dollars. Let's play as many times we can play. You will get your money. It is yours, not ours. Today is the 23rd. Tomorrow, the 24th. And day after tomorrow, the 25th is all celebration day. If you don't get money, well, that's it. If you don't buy your children Christmas clothes, don't cry that you don't get money. Don't cry. King's FM giving you 10,000. 10,000. The people say this is how you can get it. 10,000. Take 200 Liberian dollars. Even if you are your last, take it. Miracle will happen because that miracle, testimony, that miracle, that testimony. You take that 200, you play. So some of you pastors then can tell you your last, you bring it. Can't sow dangerous seed. When you sow the dangerous seed now, your horse get even worse. You can get $5 there. So for us, we're not telling you to sow dangerous seed. Just take 200 Liberian dollars, you put it into the King's Cash giveaway. You play 200. Only 200 or $1.50 US. Then you dial *799 *100 hatch. That's all. You get your 10,000 Liberian dollars. We ain't telling you to sow dangerous seed, then nothing happen. You go complaining. No, we're telling you just play *799 *100 hatch, play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, pam, your 10,000 in your account. That's all. You're listening. Let's do it. You're listening to Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews, on this 23rd day of December 2024. Before we get to the second segment, 2 talking points, then we out this break.
His Excellency George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
If I want to salt star, after he bought one particular star, where he and the guy were discussing, the guy said, "You have rather insult my mother." Look at it, the guy said, "But then the way you're talking about going, man, need to make a Sunday from Grand Bazaar County. Really, if I'm man, the police are going to be out of the fight, me, I can't okay. Anywhere they want to take it, and I take it. Because I have my feeling, to tell the way I'm man, somebody, I didn't want to kill him or be. Look at them, talking in now. The car went across there, standing. True standing now, the man went to the car. Since I feed there, the car went part of the passo, the car went part of the passo. Now the man running there from him, he started choking the car. Oh, the car for he put up behind the car. That's all. That would run there. You were running out before police people there, they come there, they arrest him. All they want, the policeman spray. At least when a policeman land them apple, at least when a policeman barrier inside the toilet now. What happened? What I see with my living out. Where they say hurting me. My partner said, "I can stay talking." They hurting me. They hurting my feeling for that girl talent. Upon call, to make a Sunday from Grand Bazaar County. Policeman coming from me, we're talking. Every man coming, we're talking. Upon call.
We hoping that they're interested in continue this investigation because we want to know who killed Charlotte. Oh no, they will not get away with it. No, they will not get away with it. There's one murder, they will not get away with it. There's one murder, they will not get away with it. They who not interested in continuing this investigation, we are. They will not get away with it. Let them do whatever they want to do. So we want to make sure that the documentation of this particular incident is properly made. The whole thing is a scam. The whole thing is a scam. So that they can get away with it. So the question of keys and all of that, so that they can just go scot-free and melt into the population. So we wrote, and we have not yet received up to Wednesday with all the hula baloo. We have not yet received a response from the Ministry of Justice. And so, no, we're not cutting it off. We're not cutting it off. Yeah. Because you don't want the truth. You don't want the truth. Yeah. So we have not been there. Since I left our house the night of February 22nd, I haven't slept in our house ever again. I have not. Yeah. So to want to go to say they're doing everything to just bring a state of confusion in evidence as they come up to prove, to continue to, I don't care what they do. Truth is so powerful. Nobody controls truth. Truth has a force of its own. When you least expect, truth stands up in front of you and you can do nothing about it. Truth will come out. Because these people, they knew were here now, we condemn. Like Judge Willis said, if it not had been for the UN, he would have sentenced us to death by hanging. So all they knew now, they were free to go and just play in they're being backed by the system, the criminals. So we here behind bars, they're just free. They don't know that the force of innocence and truth, they don't understand it. They don't understand even God. They don't understand the awesomeness of God. So that's all we ask. We want the documentation for this incident to be the legal document, the county attorney office. The thing is so faulty. The rate of arrest that was caused to be issued by the county attorney's office. The property is located in Lower Virginia. First thing, the rate of arrest doesn't give the location of the property. The rate of arrest doesn't give the name of the owner of the property, nor the properties that were stolen. The rate of arrest is not issued by the magisterial court in that locality, which is the Brewerfield Magisterial Court. The rate of arrest is not even issued by the adjacent magisterial area, which is the Newtown Magisterial Court. But the rate of arrest is issued by the Monrovia City Court. All legal points to just, dissipate the whole incident and let these people go scotch-free. It will not work. It will not work. Oh no, it will not work. They don't even understand what they're dealing with. They don't understand it. They got no idea. You let the local people and let to underestimate them. We come from the forest of Maryland, but we know who we are. We are country people 100%. 100%, no different blood. But we know who we are. We are a family of heritage. We are a family of respect. Nobody will waste our blood for that. Nobody. You will not get away with it. What? From Dupopo quarter in Gerabo, you will not get away with it, man. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how long it takes. It's a generational thing. We'll find a killer or killers. We'll find all the conspirators before and after. Oh no.
Okay, so anybody else has something to say? Okay, so
You're listening to Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me in St. Andrews. Today is Monday, the 23rd, the festive season in Liberia. Very interesting country. Very interesting. Okay, let's move to the next 2 pointers and then we are out. Continue to play the cash giveaway. Please, we want you to get your 10,000 Liberian dollars. Dial star 799 star 100 hatch and play just 200 Liberian dollars. And you get your 10,000. All right. So the Ministry of Justice and JFK, they are saying that the morgue is filled. Dead bodies overwhelm the morgue. So they are asking people to go identify your dead body and take your dead body from there. Yeah, what it says. The government statement, Ministry of Justice and the management of John F. Kennedy Medical Hospital or Memorial Hospital. The Ministry of Justice and the management of John F. Kennedy Memorial Medical Center wish to inform the general public that there are several unclaimed human remains that were removed from the streets and other locations by the police and other first respondents and taken to JFK morgue. The public is hereby asked to pass by the JFK morgue and or contact the morgue supervisor on phone. They indicated the number for identification, claim, and disposal of relatives and loved ones who may be at JFK morgue. Please note that 7 days after this notice, and upon your failure to identify and take delivery of the remains of your family and or loved ones, John F. Kennedy Memorial Medical Center will dispose of the said remains to remove the prevailing public health risks posed to the staff and the public. The Ministry of Justice. So the government say the dead bodies are too many in the morgue. The morgue overfilled with dead bodies. The police took dead bodies from the streets, took the dead bodies to JFK morgue. So you go and take your dead bodies from there. That's what the Ministry of Justice is saying. JFK told them that, Justice Minister, I beg you, please tell the people that the morgue is overwhelmed with dead bodies or overfilled with dead bodies. Police took these dead bodies from the street and carried them in a morgue. And the people don't want to claim it. They don't want to claim any one of these bodies. So please tell the people to come, because those who are dying right, they ain't got space. Those the police took from the streets, we want to get disposed of them. Let them come and take their dead bodies. Simply that's what the government is saying. The ones who die good, no space for them in the morgue. They won't put them in the morgue. The one who died that kind of way, police find them in the street and carry them to the morgue. They overwhelm the morgue. They overfill the morgue. So the relatives, loved ones, should go there. Even go there, then they will get disposed of it. I know how they're going to do that. Maybe they will throw it in a sea or have those bodies cremated. To burn them. But that's what they said. It said the police took them and just carried them. So ask the police now. Sometimes you just don't take dead body and just carry. Sometimes you do. And given the way they see the dead body, even if the relatives are around, they will act like they didn't know about it. They will think that nothing wrong with it for them to identify themselves. So they will leave it onto the police to make a determination. And the police too, they will have no option, because the body can be there defecating and causing illness. No, they will have to take it by constraint to the morgue. So the government is saying now that the morgue is overwhelmed with dead bodies. So people should go and take their bodies from there. The country already high. It's not easy. The boy ain't got money to buy cherry clothes and other things. School fees, they can pay it to get food there. It's not easy. They're thinking how to make ends meet. Then they will go clean body. The government get drafted. They will go clean body. People looking for money. They see it's not easy. Then they will go clean body. And when you get there, you're not going to say, this is my body, and the JFK management will say, yes, that's your body, take it. No. There is a process you will go through, and you end up paying. You end up in to have it removed. Who wants to take that responsibility? They got so many things to do with money. They're not going to accept that. So those bodies will remain there. I think the government can decide. It's good that they have notified, but I don't think anybody will go there to claim anybody. So the best thing to do is to have those unclaimed bodies disposed of. How they're going to get disposed of them, well, it's up to the government. But I am certain that nobody will go to claim anybody. The government said bodies that were taken from the streets, towed them up by police. So they are abandoned bodies. No one claimed responsibility. No one can identify. Even if the identity is known, they know the cost associated with that. And given what, at the time that person was human, what he or she did. So people feel that if they went to identify if that person was a murderer or that person killed somebody prior to his or her death, the police will hold the living. So the living will not want to go around that body. People abandon body for several reasons. Several reasons they refuse to identify. They leave it. That is why the police will give 3 days. When the 3 days expired and no one is claiming responsibility, then they take the body. That's how the morgue is overwhelmed. So Ministry of Justice say you can't take your body. You can't identify the body. You carry it. So you can go bury. Who will go down there? Who will go clean body in this kind of time? Festive season at that rate. You get disposed of those things, man. The same way you can interpret. You can interpret Supreme Court law for Supreme Court. You're going to interpret that one. The same way you can say it's hooliganism, that's hooliganism. To leave body on the street, that hooliganism, you'll find a way to get disposed of all of those things. You'll find a way. Yeah. 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 And everything you'll get turned for it. A hooliganism, to leave body on the street, a hooliganism. You'll interpret the law for getting disposed of it. You interpret the law on that, so you can get disposed of it. Okay. So very shortly we start drawing. Very shortly, let's move to something of interest. God said, "Do unto others as you have them do unto you." Do unto others as you have them do unto you. Things that these guys, most of these guys in government today, they weren't doing because they did not have it. And they wanted to, but the money was not there. Their condition was appalling. They were not notable faces in the public. They were off the scene. They kept the cool or quiet. People felt sorry for them. People pitied their condition. They wanted to be what they are now, but it wasn't forthcoming because the condition just did not exist. So they just resigned to condemning the other people, being critical of them. They were into extravagant and lavish lifestyle. They would focus their camera, the microscope on former President Weah, that he was living extravagant lifestyle. He was using the money all over the place. he and his ministers were just living on the country's money, using the country money anyway. They were building all over the place. They will bring all of those claims as if they can do the same. But because they were in opposition, they did not have it at all. And suffering was really having a toll on them. I know that for a fact because there are few I can point to here, but I will not do that because all of us know. We saw their condition. We saw how they were saying some things. We know how people in CDC government will give hand out to some of the officials today in Unity Party government who are acting like the big boys and big girls. Today they are riding tinted windshield. Couple of years back, they were never riding tinted windshield because they did not have it. Down to their own boss man. All of us know. I tried looking for the clips on Costa description of him, but I find it difficult. I will get it. So they are in power now, and they came to power. They are in the same thing they accuse of. The building. You sit down. Those of you who are stretching your neck, who are screaming for these people, you think that you are more Unity Party or you are more government than they are, so you should be their foot soldiers. You should put on your propaganda or apologist posture. You're defending them. They are living. They are living aristocratic life. I'm pushing to one person who I will make reference to. All of us saw the situation with Mo Ali in the past. We talk about it. Mo Ali ever went to pool to swim? All those years? You think he didn't want to swim? You think he didn't want to live that kind of life that he's living now? He wanted to. But it was, like the way the beginning can say, like, bro, it was shade. I mean, the man was not there. They are not working. So when they saw CDC men living good life, the men of vest, that every day they will have someone a meeting. They say, man, you go to the other radio station. I'm going to the other radio station. And at 3 o'clock, we'll call in the press conference to talk about we are here people. They say, usually now we are eating lobster or all over the place. All kinds of things they were saying. Oh, the other person going to swim. And you saw Mo Ali in the pool. They said we are people were building all over the place. That is why you will hear them say the people mess the country up. The people, they plunge this country into nothingness, but we'll rebuild this country. That rebuilding is not national rebuilding. It's not rebuilding for you. Understand, politicians. That rebuilding is their individual lives. Now tell me, how have their lives or their ascendancy impacted you in 1 year? It has impacted them. Go and see. Go to the MD house. You think the MD, a couple of years back, they didn't want to call party whenever his birthday came? Did the MD, Amos Twe, ever celebrated his birthday with people? No. No. Did he want to do that? Did he feel that way? Yes. But why didn't he do it? Because he did not have a raw time. He was broke. It was shit. That is why they were having press conferences every day. Who told you the people ain't like good life? Who told you they ain't no good life, rather? The people know good life. So when they saw CDC, man, it was hitting them bad way. Today, the same thing they accuse CDC of. They in it, the people in power. They having extravagant parties. Go to Amos Twe house. See the house Amos Twe in. See the one Amos Twe building. That news that you're here. The people can come on and debunk it. Listen, the same thing we saw with previous government. They get people who they can get small money to debone, but the reality remains the same. Go see the house. People say, oh, that the man old house, but money can extend house. When I want floor, money can carry it to 3 or 4 or 5 floors. Managing director, the man celebration. See the women, see the men, see everybody. They put the man in the middle like king. And you know why they were doing it? Now, years back, they can't do that. Nobody will ever attempt to go to a house and celebrate with him. Even they knew that he did not have it, but they did not want to put their money there to do it for him because the money was precious to them. The reason now they are around him, they're celebrating the place packed because he is the managing director of FPRC and he has so much money. So he called people to celebrate with him, celebrating his birthday. What's the difference? That is why you people who are screaming for these people, shouting all over the place when people talking about their excesses too, as they were talking about unity, CDC government, then you get vexed. But you aren't profiting anything. You're screaming and shouting. Nothing profiting you. Your life is not changing. You're talking for them, you're defending them, but nothing is happening. Yes. Nothing, absolutely. So the man was engaged in extravagant lifestyle, man, celebrating a birthday. Man, call all the people. The first phase, I think this even should be the second with his peers, his ministerial peers. They're having another one. You know the man I'm managing director now. 6 years ago, his birthday came 6 times. Because birthday is once in a year. It came 6 times. Did he celebrate one? No. He never. The other people who celebrating different events, they did have the ability? No. Did they want to? Yes. Why didn't they? Because they were poor then. The word poverty simply means lack. That's what poverty is. Anytime you hear the word poverty, it means lack. And lack means don't have. But it doesn't say the desire is not there. The desire is there, but the ability to get the desire out is what is referred to as money. So when you don't have money, you are poor. Anything you don't have, it is poverty. It means you don't have it. See the vehicle 6 years ago. You think he didn't want to ride such a vehicle? He wanted to. Everybody likes good life, man. God create life for enjoyment. Everybody wants it. Everybody likes it. But everybody can be. Isn't everybody? It's natural. It's divine. 6 years. Who does not want to live a good life? Who does not? Everybody wants to. But you know why everybody can? Because everybody can have money. Everybody can be in the same state, but everybody has desire. If you speak to people wherever you are now, just do a sample survey. Just speak to 10 persons. 9 will tell you how life is good, how they want to be this, they want to be that, how they are hoping. But when your colleague is dead, don't bring accusations or make the public to feel that that person is a rogue, that person can steal, that person is wicked, that person is stealing the country money. All of them today, what money are they using? What money are they using? They're using the country money. What money? And you're sitting there ranting and shouting all over the place as if 1 year, today is the 23rd. How have those guys' ascendancy impacted you in 1 year? Those of you who are supporters of them. You see what they're doing? The same thing you will say, oh, CDC were provoking people. They will come in broad day. They're having parties. They're washing Their cars were beer. All those things you said. What are they doing? They're doing the same thing. They're having party in front of you. They're telling you that they have reached now. They are the aristocrats and the bourgeois. Did you ever hear one or two persons going to Mo Ali's home, Amos Toy home, and the rest of the people in the morning, how the Omar there will go asking them for rice? No. Because they did not have it. Today, they can go to their houses. Today, they can say, oh, these people, they're giving up people hard time. Every day, they're coming to people for money. Oh, yes. What the photos, what a video, man. So you will see. It is my understanding that the celebration is coming on here and his ministerial colleagues. I'm just highlighting this to tell you that the criticisms that we offer in our country is just unnecessary, just foolishness, just envy. Once I am not there, I will bring all kinds of lies against the person who is there so that the public will see that person as a bad person, a wicked person. They said CDC people were very mean. Unity Party is in now. Are they reaching out to you? They have the thousands of United States dollars. They're riding the best of cars. They can go to any place. They're traveling almost to every country. Do you see them? They said CDC people were riding car that you could not see them. So are they riding? What kind of car? Are they riding clear windshield cars? And is the scene tinted? Why? Because they don't want you to see them. You see that? You see why you need to be careful? They were using you as surrogates. They were using you as trumpeters because they had an in and you did not know. You felt that they work against you. They used the mind game. They put you against George Weah to make you to believe that George Weah was the wicked man, that George Weah plunged this country into nothingness, that nothing was happening for you, nothing was happening for your children. They could not reach out to you. The money was only among few elite. George Weah and his people out. Day in, are they reaching out to you? Are they calling you for help? Are they going into your communities where they will go and say a lot more? Because every message they deliver, no name dominated that message but George Weah. George Weah messed this country up. George Weah messed this country up. We'll fix this country. George Weah did this. George Weah did that. So are they reaching out to you now? Are they telling you that we're giving you this, we're giving you that? No. If they're giving anything amongst themselves, so the people who are close to them are the ones who are enjoying the same thing they will say of Weah. Only the people that will hear his ministers there. It said JMB told that to Steve Moore and James Watt. Yeah. The same thing they're doing. Nothing different. Nothing. So ask them for money now. We're in Christmas season. We're in Christmas season. Can you go to FPRC or any one of their offices and just walk in to see them with ease and confidence? No restrictive protocols because they brought the same thing against CDC. The same thing they're doing. What is the difference? Nothing has changed. If there is a change, it is the name from CDC to Unity Party. That's all. But nothing extra. They're doing the same thing. They're not helping you. You reach out to them. They're fanning you off, telling the special assistants that you're not in office. And the people whole day, they're begging people for money. They're saying all of those things. And you see that life right there. When you're there, you can say all kinds of damning things of the next person. They will put you against that person. They'll make you to feel that that person is the most wicked person. That person is the one who has plunged you into poverty. That person is the one who have killed your future. So you should hate that person to the core. You should never like that person. The mind game that politicians use work. And it's all because you believe what they say. But when their turn comes, what they turn you into, the predators they turn you into to go against the good people, you no longer important in the game. They see you as trash, as insignificant. And that's what is happening right now. The guys are enjoying it. And then enjoy good life. You think these guys 6 years back, they could look at 50 United States dollars and go into a restaurant or any one of those entertainment centers uniquely and spend it? You think they could spend 150? Even their boss Barker could not. It was difficult to look at 150 and spend it. Because spending at 150, you'll be thinking, where will I get another 150? So they held on to their little they had. That is why when it came a time during the campaign when Barker was, you can remember when he went to Lofa, he fell off. Right there, he started having a second thought, and they soon realized if Barker just announced on health ground that he can make it, we finish. They were worrying because the goal was, look, let's get this thing at all costs and improve our lives. Do you know that some of the people now who did not have it at all, they've started buying lands? They're buying land now for 2,500, 3,000 to start building. But the same thing they were complaining of, they say, oh, 1 year ain't part the man building, they want, here people just building all over. Let me tell you, we know it, we can see it, we're getting the information, the people building too. They're building, who will be in government? Government are sweet. Government has so much money that you will not take advantage of it so that when you're off, you can look back over your life and say, this is what I achieved. Who will not do that? Who will not? Ministers in this government, they're building. Some of them, only few have their structure on the ground, but very many of them. Yet the other one, I think he going back to America, LDEA. The man, where the man living? Bella Casa Hotel. I know that for a fact because we went there for a meeting. When I saw him, I asked, I said, oh, the minister, the DA chief, the deputy, the old men, they can't enjoy themselves. The other security, they say, no, I'm not living here. I'm not living, making home. Oh, the other man said, but when I wanted me, so all the time the men in America. So they were not sending dollar down to look for something that land be digging. So they use that all that time to just condemn we are. That's a reason why they were on Spoon Talk 24/7. They were writing all kinds of things. In Bella Casa Hotel. So the man can live in that hotel for the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months. And he can start a foundation because he's here. But they were on the other side condemning, we are this, we are using the money. Here his people, his ministers are exploiting the country. So they who were not exploiting and they did not have nothing on the ground. So JMB come now, they're using JMB. You see the lives the men are living and how they relax in their hustle. That is why when you're there, don't put up any evil feeling, jealous feeling against the next person. Don't do it. Let's take a few calls on this one, and then we are out. I'm experiencing something unfavorable here technically to get to the winners. Let's take a few calls quickly. Hello. Hello. Yeah, you can be in a noise and then you call, man. Let's hear you.
Yes, excuse me. Yes, I'm Rasta once again, Tony, from the people service Zimbabwe.
All right, Sabu, let's hear you, Sabu. Rasta.
Yes, I just telling you what I'm talking from, but all what I offer your discussion is about jealousy and envy. In Liberia, the Bible says, any horse that divided against Islam, and you can never sin. The Bible says they can never sin, but today, we know that President Bwaga, he loves confusion. He loves confusion. He don't believe in uniting the people. That's why today you see our country going the way it's going, Andrew. So the issue, we call it on the president to unite the people because Bwaga, we told him he's not able to the people. You see, you want to find out today, Bwaga loves confusion. That's the point. So we call on Liberians to unite themselves and both president, we are come to the now. Long live president, we are long live the party for the democratic change. Thank you for your talking point.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. 0772 2399 33 0886 30 44 97 0777 9803 75. Then just few calls and we are out. Let's see the message box. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Yes.
This is David King, and I do join you from my residence. I to be very right. One of the criticisms that were done against is that we are and other the officials who are leading this country. You are not sincere criticism. But that meant to blame President we are and come to power to do the very thing that he said President we were doing. And today you see all of the guys, like you have said, they're building homes. They are building homes on the Ramafi Highway. Some of them building homes close to the airport. And we see these homes. They want to the house. He built a car well. And somebody is telling you that they want to how they heard before. They want to that way. Around here. They want to now wear any business suit. All colors. All right? Even JMB now wear designer suit. Every clothes that JMB wears.
The man wearing sneakers now.
Yeah. JMB is full that JMB when you come in, when you put all GMB will register on the screen before the network stand. So these people are just doing their thing to come to power to continue to exploit the Liberian people as they did for the last 12 years. Nothing different, nothing has changed. People will live like this, and those guys who Lieutenant Rescuer, who their person every day, that life will not improve. They got life will improve for the next 6 years, and they will still remain static as the way they are. Thank you very much.
Thank you, King. Have a nice day. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Asante, this is Mark from the land.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Okay, thank you for the talking point. We can't be selling potato green, say Andrew, for 6 years and God bless you. Do you say to this potato green back? It didn't say potato green again or sending cold water again. No, God gotta go up. But the other point on the other side, when they saw it, say, oh, we are pouring it, and they bury who, and they are blocking the way you're going to represent that in our shoe. So they, what kind of one is the way, who, and boss up today, he went here. Same as what today, we're home today, around here today, now you're the best man now in this country. People that watch players watch and say, I'm not in the situation. I'm not going to handle it today. Instead, you not get time for your feeling. You see how directly looking? That's what I say. When your friend them when you're not there, then you say what's about them when you get there. They see thing that you're doing, you do it. Then the Christians say, for all right, before doing this, before doing what have you. So then they are there now. What happening now today? Our life better, no, our life not better. Then when you're in the business saying the country, we've been suffering. Then talking about this comment, that. When I know you rest, we didn't rest of that day. You post that you chicken that. Oh, they take out a proposal. All the men enjoy chicken that. All the men post what is for suffering. We take it along with the men. We suffer the men in the country. So they will happen to the country. And then it's chicken that now. I'm not very who now. I'm not very sitting on the car. So let them see that one. It will happen every time. Go back, will happen when we'll credit that because they're not there. It's very about so then now if we are going to the right of serious car. Then go ahead. One day God will trust us. Thank you.
Thank you for calling, Man Sisi. Have a nice day. What is okay? So continue to play. Very short. Trying to draw the first and probably second, and then we are out on the show. Let's play the King's Cash giveaway. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. And then you play with just dial *799# *100#. That's all. And you will get your 10,000 Liberian dollars. 10,000 Liberian dollars. That's all you need to do. Dial *799#. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 and win your 10,000 Liberian dollars. 10,000 Liberian dollars. Where is my anthem? Pam, let's go.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent. His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent. President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens, ordinary citizens, ourselves. If there is no way we could become journalists today, we are citizens, ordinary citizens, ourselves. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up to be a patriot. You have to stand first on the side of the law because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important. So I want to thank Otavin. I was listening to him, you and your conversation. There is time now that we should speak up because tomorrow, regime will change. Whatever position you have today, if it is the truth, that truth will link on no matter which one of the government that comes to power. We shouldn't be relenting. There are people coming out with threats and say, oh, be careful, the government bad, this, that. Let them do their worst.
Okay, you're listening to Real Talk. Let's talk here, Real. Now, this one, and then we are out of the show for today and get ready for tomorrow. So, Mr. President is on his lofa activities. That's how I can describe it, his lofa activity. And he flew into Lofa County in a private plane. Yes, given his age, his health, and like Abby reported last week, very fine piece, it is not wrong for a president to move a private jet. I think I got so much understanding of that. I learned something of the security part of it. And I listening to AB explain that there is no wrong with that and all of the factors associated with that, I soon said to myself, I can see why presidents around the world will move in use private plane. Not necessarily the comfort, but I think what he said about the security aspect is key. Yes. And given our president's health in the bad condition of the roads, he can travel by road. Under no circumstance, Joseph Yema Boakai can travel by road a long distance if that road is not well paved. The counties that he moved into, the roads are paved good, so he can ride. Moreover, it doesn't have to be long. Even if the road is paved, the president cannot take on distance ride. No, because his health. He's not in a good bill of health. Let us not pretend with this. They are managing him just as he told us to manage our expectation. So the country, Liberia, is managing Joe Boakai's health. He is the president. He's our president. We are concerned. Anything about him is concerning. Therefore, it is not wrong to talk about the president's health and to advise that the president should not take on certain challenge. No, because he isn't in a good bill of health. He has aged and he's aging. Even money can stop you from aging. You can have billions of dollars. It doesn't stop you from aging. It doesn't stop deteriorating health. No, it only manages you to some extent. That's all it does. So if you look at Mr. President out of poverty, Joe Boakai in poverty, Joe Boakai out of poverty, Joe Boakai into the presidency, you can see, you see now, you see how the president is looking fresh. The suits that he's wearing now, he could not afford those suits. That's what transition does. That's what the presidency does. You can ever tell when he ever wore Slinger. Slinger that will wear any kind of way. We see the sample, then we look at it, we say, oh, we want it, we go and get it. We're moving around. When last you ever saw him? When last you ever saw him in purple suit? Purple suit was introduced in Liberia. It was introduced in Liberia by former President Weah. The dress code that you see today, it was introduced. All those years, Boakai was in a vast suit. Today, he bluffing. He realized that what the presidency is all about. It changes your condition. It brings you into your prime, but you aren't in your prime, but it makes you look like you are in your prime. That's what the presidency does, because it's all money. You got doctors working 24/7. When the president is traveling, listen to the list. Look at the list. Read it. You're here support staff. That support staff, they substituted the word medical because they know that the president isn't in a good bill of health. He needs to travel with doctors everywhere he's going. So they will not want the public to be too critical. So they say support staff. That support staff, inclusive of that support staff, is the president medical team. But I bet you if that was George Weah, every trip that Weah made, they were critical. So the president is on that side. It's good that he traveled with that private jet. Like AB said, I learned a lot. It's not wrong. That explanation AB gave why a president needs to travel on such private jet. I saw reason in it listening to the show. Because honestly, I have a problem with that. But listen, you will not have a full understanding. You will not know, or you take bits and pieces from people. You listen to them talking. You see reason. So I go with that yes, it's okay for Mr. President to move with that. But here is it. The expenditure, the money used, there is no accountability. Do you know that it is corruption? It's presidential corruption? Do you know that presidents use their position to chasten other people, lambast them for corruption, warn officials of taking action if he or she finds that this official is engaged in corruption, and they go about suspending and dismissing? But the person who is the practical culprit is the president himself or herself. Do you know that since Mr. President has started traveling, there is not a single report to the public? Do you know that the president owe it to you? It's an obligation. It's not a choice, not a privilege, not an opportunity, but an obligation of his office to say exactly this is it. The trip that President Joseph Boakai made to this country, this is the expenditure. This is what was brought back. And this money is placed into the country's coffer. We ought to know it's an obligation. But nothing of such. That's corruption. The president takes his delegation. The number does not matter. They will want nobody to question the number. But how many dollars those people receiving as per the trip, their lodging, feeding, everything on the government, taxpayers' money. The president will not come back to give every trip that Mr. President makes. Every trip. The public ought to know. But have you seen it? He gone to Lofa. You will not hear anything for 6 years. Boakai travel all around. You will not hear any. Ellen tried. She tried. I think she imposed that on her ministers, but Wabi, it didn't work because she herself was traveling and no accountability. I think it is not wrong. I take that good lesson from AB, but yes, it is not wrong for the president to move in a private jet. But I think accountability, the expenditure aspect, let the country know if the president is serious, if he really means well of accountability, good governance, transparency. Everything starts with him. He has to. Peter White said, why President Boakai didn't travel by road to Lofa rather than using private jet after using $20 million on road. A firework, he just did what? The roads aren't finished yet. All right. Then the 500 million, they made fun of the president. They turned him into a puppet. Listen, when you have these descriptions coming from us, don't feel bad. We're not being disrespectful of the president. He is the president of Liberia. No, we're not insulting the president. We can never do that. There's a difference between insult and description. God himself, God who created all of us, God gave descriptions. God gave description. Description is simply to give, the understanding is it puts you in the position to take an imaginative picture of the person that is being described based on the prevailing situation. But not necessarily that the president is a puppet. No, he is human. But the description goes with the act, or the act will lead to the description. When you hear me describe him as Nebuchadnezzar, that should not be a problem for you. That is not an insult. You know that Nebuchadnezzar was a leader who, when he said this is final, the same thing the president doing at the legislature. Everybody bows to him. Whatever he wants must happen. Before then, everything that he said along the way, he took Gloria Musu Scott out of prison and said that George will jail you. You will never stay in that jail. Forget about that man. Come out. I'm the boss. I decide. Anything I want, it must. That's the attitude of Nebuchadnezzar. So these descriptions are we're not being disrespectful of the person or anybody. The lawmakers, we call them renegades. Renegades, you look at the word renegades, it means someone who break away from the law. Mercenary, someone who takes on a given tax for money. What the guys did at the legislature and what they stayed doing, they took money to execute a plan. That's the reason why you have all these descriptions, and they are good. They help a lot. You people call us all kinds of names. You say all kinds of things about us. You give us different descriptions, or you categorize us different way. We accept those characterizations. We accept all of those. We didn't say anything because you're entitled to it based on what you see of us. So it's the same. The guys around Mr. President, they turned him into puppet. They tossed him to and fro. They told him, go and make an announcement. Tell Liberia that America called you and said that America congratulates you because you did the unprecedented. What has never happened since the world came into being, governance came into being. You did it. You're the first person. And the most stunning part of it, they had the audacity to say what President Bouakai did not, what George Weah did not do in 6 years. Bouakai has done it in 1 year. This phrase or this cliche is slapping them in the face, making them shame, but they're not saying it. The port manager, when he came, he said, I don't know how many millions he generated. He said 6 years. George Weah used 6 years to generate 4 million. Yet the same man today, he said he lying that the port is overwhelmed with employees, therefore they cannot remit any money into government's coffer, all kinds of. He knows what's going over there, and we will get to know. It will be exposed. You take an inept man, man who has vested business interests to sit on all that port, man who have never had understanding. You think when you're in America, you're doing one or two things, then it means that you can manage a port, the gateway to the country's economy. What happened over there now? Things are just going that kind of way. But time will expose. Time reveals, time exposes, time does everything. So they say, Mr. President, just announce. He goes on the air. Then the people say, come on, man. Your guys made fun of you. You know that Bouakai isn't educated. When you're in position, people just feel that you have everything knowledge, but he isn't educated. Because education goes with common sense. Education goes with independent reasoning. Education takes into consideration the cost of every decision that you will want to make, the aftermath of it. You have to be philosophical. You have to ask yourself a series of rhetorical questions. That is why God said, do not hasten to speak, but rather sit down and think carefully, so that when you speak, everybody will say, yes, you're making sense. We go with it. They say, go and make an announcement. He went. Now the people came. The people say nothing. What I'm driving at is, hold it, $5. Liberia will not get that money. A dime Liberia will not get from that 500 million. Listen, America finished. They erased Liberia. Gaffran will go all around and he say, oh, if you need the second compact coming, that means second 500 million. Everything they're saying now, they're just signing rhetorical to appease you. But a dime they will not get. You know why? They mess everything up with the speaker stuff. From the first day, you know why the people came up with that thing? To tell the man, oh yes, we get money for you. Not that we don't have money, not that you're not making progress in certain areas, but the money here, the things that you've been doing, it had not been good. So we just want to tell you that we have money for you, but we're not giving you a again because you messed everything up. They will regret why they engaged in that kind of diabolical scheme to upset the legislature. The guys who were working and still working for Mr. President, they're now regretting that 500 million a dime raw copper will not come to Liberia. The people finish. You didn't see it? You didn't hear it? You didn't know it? Well, you don't need to tell anybody no, yes. No. A literate person is not told yes, no. A literate person is explained to. It is based on that they say a hint to a wise is sufficient. That means a literate person, you need to explain to him or her long. The short thing that you will say to that person will figure out and see the no or yes in it. The people told you that eligibility is not a guarantee for money. What that means is we're not giving you money. You mess everything up. The condition that should give you the money, you mess it up. So how can we give you the money? To give you the money is to support all that you're doing against the people. You sit down there and you say your mumu. You say your I see your $5. You're not getting. You will see it. We're not wishing you evil. We're not wishing the government evil. This is our government. Anything Boaga doing here, anything Boaga do rather, they're all profiting. The role they're facing, and they're putting it on Facebook. When George Weah people were doing it, what they used to say, they say, oh, you know that president said that why he was elected for, that why he took the oath of office for, it's an obligation. So why you're putting your small roles there on Facebook? And when we have people who are doing it or screaming all over the place, say, oh, they're not nothing new, they're not news. And a responsibility. That 500 million, the way you're screaming, you think you're coming to. America say, go sit down, man. You go continue to be behind speaker. Continue to be behind. That's why over the week, was Friday here, I was listening to AB. He was talking about the same thing. He did not say the speaker was going to resign. No. AB said he suspected. That means he'll get one or two info, but he did not take it to be true. But people too, they misunderstood it. Some of them start calling and say, oh, AB say the speaker coming resign. No, after giving the clarification, you can hear something and you take it as suspicion and you share it. It doesn't say that. And thankfully, on the same show, he quoted the speaker. I think he said the speaker was listening and the speaker sent a text that he's not resigning. You go up, you can down. Kofa will stay on. You can do any and everything. The last thing that Kofa will ever want to do is to step down. Kofa is at the verge. He is at the verge of reaching the promised land. And it will not be like Moses, who did not see, because Moses faltered. Not that God did not set the promised land for Moses, but Moses faltered. You leave it. God set the promised land for everybody to go. Everybody get a promised land. The speaker is about to enter the promised land. He's at the verge. And at this stage, when you are about to achieve victory, the devil becomes more fortified, more creative, more persistent. He will do anything and everything because he knows that you are at the verge. That is why the speaker will have to fortify his resolve not to stand down. Whether it's for country or not, no peace for country, no in the interest of peace, no in the interest of this. Stand on. And let's see who is strong in this situation. Everything is affecting Boaka, and it will continue to affect him. And after this, he will never ever say that to devise any diabolical scheme against. He's suffering it here, his people suffering it. Rachel Kuhn sitting there, nobody recognized Rachel Kuhn. You know how stupid it is. You say you call yourself the person you are not, and nobody recognizes you. Amen. I can't do that. That's blasphemy. Why will you blaspheme? They both made fun of him. All these guys, they're looking at him now like just a stupid person in their midst. When everything is over, they have to do an election. That induction there is not parliamentary induction. Richard Cohn, God. I see you, man. I see you. Hopefully, by God's grace, we'll talk again. Yeah, man. This is really a mystery culture. Very typical. I see you. The news is on at 6, and at 8 o'clock, AB is here to provide more insight into the issues unfolding. Teacher Light. I see you. My name is Sam Andrews. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. This is how we go home.
I can recall vividly as a
George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and